market becoming that beacon of hope again for democracy in
So,
Africa.
in a nutshell, Reverend Salif, why are you here?
Good. I was about getting to that, and then the other question came. So
Yeah, we will always do that.
we'll go back and forth, and I like that, But yeah, the reason we are here, EULA, is the organization fighting for the just causes of Liberians everywhere. And number one, after every election and there's peaceful transfer of power, I think it's just necessary and good for EULA to come congratulate the new administration, because we have to form partnership with the new administration, collaborate with the new administration. Whatever the government in Liberia is doing is the same cause that EULA is also fighting for. So we have to come and strengthen our alliance with the government of Liberia. We have to come and strengthen the collaboration with the government of Liberia. But also we came purposefully to discuss out-of-country voting. Now, with the passage of the dual citizenship.
Reverend, I will hold you a bit, because what happens is I'm the custodian of this show. So sometimes when you speak on something, I want the public to understand you properly. Because if you say you came as an institution, as an association, to understand some of the problems in Liberia, why didn't you come in the previous regime? Why this regime? I guess people are asking this same question all over.
Oh, and it's not unfounded. It's not an unfounded question.
Is it a very brilliant question?
It's a brilliant question. I mean, it's not out of place at all. It's very appropriate.
Okay.
EULA is non-political. EULA does not endorse political candidates or political parties. We don't do that. We are just there fighting for the just causes of Liberians in the diaspora, and in the homeland. So every administration will build alliance with them. At the time, we could not come because we had our own problems in the States too. With EULA, there was so much litigation going on, court cases.
Too many legal
So
issues,
at the end of the day, the court cases, everything was perfectly litigated, and then we just had elections. So this is a completely new leadership, and they just took over just this year. So that's why we're coming now. So nothing against the previous administration. We don't care who's in power in Liberia. EULA will work with any administration that is in power.
We will come to several issues.
Sure.
But I want you to be sincere. Be sincere. You are a reverend, a man of God, and God listens to you more than somebody who is not ordained somehow, some way. How do you see Liberia after the 6 years of the previous administration?
I think there were issues. I don't even have to say it, for the fact that an incumbent president administration was booted from power by the citizens of the country. It means there were issues. That's just the simple answer. There were issues. I don't have to say it. So if there were no issue, they should have had. I mean, if I apply for a job,
even in the America that you come from,
yes,
there are issues.
Issues everywhere
with Joe Biden.
But that's why every election cycle, people are voted into office and people are voted out of office because.
But do you see some prospects?
Oh, definitely.
What can you point at after the 6 years tenure of former President Josh Weah? Before we dive into what you have seen already on the less than 6, 7, 8 months of President Joseph Boakai.
Yeah, I understand that, and honestly, I would just prefer to keep my interview with EULA and not,
it's
go
not
into
political anyway,
the
but
political aspect
as a
of
citizen
things.
of Liberia, that's what I'm trying to drive.
I got it. But I don't think there should be any scorecard here. The Liberian people have already spoken. Okay, so I don't have to say anything. I don't want to grade anybody, their roles and their successes. The Liberian people have already done the grading. They already done a score sheet. That's why they removed one administration and brought in another administration. So I don't want to re-litigate something that has already been litigated during the election cycle. So you saw so many people lost their seat in the House and in the Senate, and the presidency was, lost to the current administration. that was the voice of the Liberian people. So I don't have to say that, again. I don't want to go back to the past. I want us to move forward.
So your presence in Liberia as an association tells the people of Liberia that you've come back to make Liberia great?
I think it's not about us making Liberia great. I think the people in Liberia have been very resilient over the years. I mean, they went through 14 years of civil unrest. I mean, very brutal civil unrest that claimed the lives of over 250,000 people. They were able to bounce back again, and then Ebola came and claimed the lives of close 3,000 to 5,000 members of our society, and they still bounced back. COVID came, had its own toll, and the people of Liberia are resilient, and that alone is a prospect that we can, surmount anything.
How do you see the security sector? Are you satisfied with the way security is being managed in our country?
That's an interesting question, and I will base it on that word satisfied. Nobody should ever be satisfied. The United States is the greatest economy right now and has the strongest economy right now under Joe Biden. But I don't think they are satisfied. They still want to achieve more. That's why they say they move towards a more perfect union. So when we get satisfied, then we're not going to do any other thing, because if I'm satisfied, why should I strive for more? So that word satisfied, is a little unsettling with me. I'm not satisfied. Even if we were doing everything right, there's a book you can find. It's called From Good to Great. So I don't want to be satisfied. I want to keep going from better to best, from good to great. So yes, I'm happy. I want you satisfied. I'm happy with the way things are, the peaceful transfer of power, but I want more to be done. I think our leaders travel around the world. And I came here, we've met with the Speaker of the House of Representatives, we met with the Vice President, we met with the Minister of Information, we met with, several dignitaries, and these people, they all travel around the world. And I think those countries they travel to, they see how those people build roads. They see how those people build overhead bridges. Liberia does not have cars. The cars in my city alone, I mean, Liberia has no cars. The problem is we don't have roads. And even the few roads we have, they are poorly constructed. Who's responsible?
When you people are resigning,
so I'm not satisfied.
So who's responsible for the lack of the pliable roads that you see in other countries? Who's responsible?
All of us.
You are one of the person responsible.
I said all of us. Okay. I did not exclude
So you
myself.
owe an apology to the Liberian people?
No, all of us are responsible. We all owe apologies. The reason I said all of us is because we elected people that hold office, right? We put them in office. Course. And these people travel, they see how people build roads. Why should we have, everywhere is T-junction. T-junction is traffic prone. Why can't we build overhead bridges? Why should red light be the way it is? Why can't we build? Look at Ghana. I used to go to Ghana. Tete Kwashi was just like, it was just a T-junction. I lived in Nigeria 15 years. Every year I came back to Liberia, and then they built that Tete Kwashi interchange. Are you telling me we can build that at red light? We travel, we see these things, but we don't have the will to do them. So when you say satisfied, I'm happy with, the peaceful transfer, but I'm not satisfied. I think there's more that we can do, and we got to strive to be better than this. Liberia has been that city on the hill for all other African countries, but today it's like everybody has overtaken us, and we're just behind. Today we are in a bracket of the 10 poorest countries in the world. That's unacceptable.
You've been following the news on the international wires and other things. The issue with disadvantaged youth all around the country, 15 counties, they are all over the place. As a Reverend, what could be your vision for a new dispensation to take these people from the streets?
That is an excellent question, and I wish I could answer that, but it's a conversation we cannot have in a few minutes. So that's why, again,
you can give some recommendations.
Yeah, I want to focus. I want to use this time, this quality time that you've given us, to focus on EULA and EULA's activities.
Reverend, I know, yes, but we will come to the two major issues. Okay. Here. But I just want to, because you are a fighter, yes, and you see a lot of young people going
I think
wayward.
it has to do with the administration. You see, I cannot. It's like everything that happens in Liberia, the people are so strong. They are blamed for everything when the proper people to be blamed, the blame is not apportioned to them. We can't blame the young people. We blame our political leaders. Liberia came out of a 14-year civil unrest. I don't see any political leader in this country, and I'm not saying it to throw shit at anyone. Okay, I'm apolitical, but it would be foolhardy of me to put young people in barracks and to be chanting war cries or war chants. That's not what we want as a country. We want to put computers in the hands of our young people. We want to put skills in the hands of our young people. We want to build the ideas and change give our young people a paradigm shift in the streets every day, chanting war cries. That's not where we should be taking our young people. We just came from the recent past. So any political leader should be wise enough to know we want to build a Liberian youth that will be highly technologically inclined, tech savvy, and that we want to give them skills.
We can build the system when the supports are not coming, and you people are outside of the country, so the investments should come from you people.
Some things don't need some things. You see, the problem with Liberia, we think everything money can solve all the problems. It's not true. Sometimes we just need willpower. That's why we lack it. You can give a man $1 billion. If he doesn't have the willpower, he will squander it. I don't need money to teach the young people that we shouldn't be all over the streets doing the things we do.
What do you need?
I need the will. I need the willpower. I need the willpower to be able to do that. I need the vision. I need the ideas that to see. Listen, look in Ghana. Look at Kenya. Look at Nigeria. Look at South Africa. Look at Ivory Coast. I know where I live. And I see the young people that come from other parts of Africa, they are in the top universities. I had a young man who went to Temple University, and that story hurt me so much. He was sent there to study medicine and become a doctor.
In Temple University?
Yes, in Pennsylvania. He had to drop out of the school. Why? He was in a school with my nephew because he graduated from Temple, and he was telling me, he said it was so bad. This dude came from Cottington, and simple lab experiments that they already knew from high school, now they are in college, he didn't even know what to do. It was so challenging, he had to drop out. So those are the things we should pay attention to. Liberian youth cannot favorably compete with other youth from other African countries because we lack what is needed. And again, like I said, let us stop putting all this thing on money, because I know we're wasting a lot of money. We're giving tons of gas slips, millions of dollars every 6 years to politicians to drive their cars. Meanwhile, the people who elected them in office don't have gas slip. They don't even have transportation to go around. So we're wasting the money on one side, then we complain on the other side we don't have money to do certain things. So why don't we prioritize? Do the government officials need gas slip? Can they buy from their salary? Do senators and representatives need gas slip? You know how much is their salary?
Oh, so you want them to get it from their salary?
No.
You don't want extra amount to pay.
No, the question is because you talk about money. So people who want to do something, who have the willpower, they say, listen, wastage is in this area. Why don't we take the funding from here and put it in youth development?
Has that been the case with Liberia since its independence in 1847?
Well, I'm not the authority to say that, but all that I'm trying to say is because you asked that question, everything does not boil down to money. It boils down to will. There's so much mismanagement in the system. There are so many loopholes in the system. People are squandering money. There are some government officials that are flying first class. That's a lot of money.
Business.
Yeah. Why can't they fly? Can't they fly economy if they really want to build the country? There are other African countries. I try to remember when I was still in school in Nigeria. I think it was Gambia or Senegal. One president at that time, I think 98, 99, took over. He said, listen, we don't have money right now. So official car for government, what did they get? Passats. That's what they got. Okay. You can't say we don't have money and ministers are driving $45,000 cars, and you say we don't have money. We got money. We don't have priorities. So that's what we got to talk about. But let's go back to Eula.
So Reverend, thank you so much.
You can bring me back for another show.
Good. I just wanted to drain you through a bit.
I appreciate that.
So while we have a clearer understanding about how you people think about Liberia when you are away.
Oh, there's so much wastage going on.
So let's talk about the dual citizenship. This is something that you, as an association, have been preaching or pushing. The dual citizenship has been passed.
Yes,
and there are several concerns from those in the diaspora that this won't mean well for them, or it will mean well for people who want to travel to go and stay somewhere else. It won't be utilized. What is the standpoint of Eula on this?
You mean the dual citizenship?
Oh yeah, people say it's not important. People say a different way.
It is important. You see, the reason it's important is anybody born in this country, it's a Liberian citizen. You can't cancel that. Irrespective of where they go. I mean, if not for the war, but for the war, so many people will still be in this country, and Liberia might have even been better than it is right now. Okay, so just because I have gone to another country to improve my life does not cancel my citizenship. So that's why the dual citizenship.
So what do you understand about this dual citizenship, Reverend Salif?
It means I can be on the other side and access opportunities, but still maintain my Liberianness. I'm still a Liberian, and I can still, take part in the processes that are happening here in the homeland. So I can still hold my Liberian passport. Why maybe hold another country's passport? I'm still a Liberian. Even Liberian going any other place and become a citizen there, it's not like they are dumping Liberia. No, they're not dumping Liberia. They're just doing it for opportunity. Okay, I had somebody who lived in America for over 30 years, and he wanted to be senator here in Liberia. That's why he said he wasn't going to get U.S. citizenship, and he kept trying, get frustrated. But at the end of the day, he applied for this job, and it was a very lucrative job. And he's from New Jersey. He passed the interview, everything. Congratulations. Then they go to start the job. They find out he's not a U.S. citizen. It's a job exclusively for United States citizen. So at the end of the day, he had to go get his citizenship. That doesn't cancel him from being a Liberian. He's a full-fledged Liberian. He's only doing it for opportunities, So why would we deprive somebody to say, oh, because you're now in America, you have an American passport, you're no more Liberian? Our birthright, our citizenship is an inalienable rights that cannot be denied.
This is a civil right or alienable right, but people will say is somehow burdensome economically on the government.
On the government, burdensome? No. In fact, the government should be happy. What does the government gain without dual citizenship? Whatever they pay for visa, right? Maybe $250 or $100 and something. That's all you gain. But with the dual citizenship, you give people the momentum to come back and invest in their country because they know they are stakeholders, they know they are partners, and they are going to put everything to come back and build. But if I'm going to come back and I'm not being received in my own country, what am I going to bring? So what does the government need? Does the government need that visa processing fee and forego all the other millions of dollars that Liberians in the diaspora could come and invest here? Or does the Liberian government prefer to forego that visa processing fee and receive the sons and daughters of this country who will come and invest in
it? Is this the news or something welcoming in the U.S., in the Americas, that Liberians residing there and they are happy with this dual citizenship?
Oh, definitely, because, listen, there's so many things we got to do, okay? My wife is a U.S. citizen, right? And I brought her here for the first time in 2021. And to process the visa, we know, what we had to go through, because we have an embassy in D.C. You can call that embassy 24 hours, 7 days a week. Nobody answers the phone. We had to fly all the way from North Dakota to where other places to get to New York to process visa. And then you get to the embassy, you get to the consulate,
It's already
and
jam packed or what?
that even jam packed. They don't even welcome you. I mean, it was so rude. This was so rude. So we go through so much just to process your own country visa, to come. So everybody is happy now. They can use their Liberian passport to just come directly here. They don't have to go
Do you
through
people also
other
do
process.
that, processing your documents, your passport?
Yes, once
Is
you
that
have
online?
before they do it. Yes,
You
yes,
see,
you do it. You do it online.
Because what the reason I'm asking, I was in Alexandra.
Yep.
Sometimes last year, and I saw a Liberian who came from the U.S. and he was right there
Yep.
processing a passport online for his kids.
Yes, you go online, you fill out a form, you make the payment, and then they tell you to get this specific envelope. You pay for that and mail it to them, and then put your passport in it and send it to them, and then they get a visa, put it in, send it back to you with your address already on there. And some people passport get missing along the line. Yeah. So everybody should be happy with the dual citizenship thing. I was one person also opposed to it, but now I think it's a good idea. It will help with the development of Liberia.
So, what kind of support
We should be able to sit at the same table, talk with, because we are doing the same thing. All we want is the improvement of the lives of Liberians everywhere in the homeland and in the diaspora. That's what we need. So all we need our access. We need our collaboration. We need to identify projects that we can work on. Government can do everything. If government is smart, EULA has professionals. EULA has access to professional people. Okay. And if they can outsource some of these things, EULA can help to do some things.
I can smell job opportunity. I can smell something from EULA that I need some inclusion in this government. If you can speak from that direction.
Well, I don't know about that.
Do you need an appointed position?
No, that's not what EULA is about.
So if the president gives you a job today, you will turn it down?
Listen, EULA is not about that.
Reverend, I just want to ask you, as a patriotic son of this land, if President Joseph Boakai gives you a job today, will you turn it down?
Yes, no, I'm trying
to work in this government.
I'm trying to answer the question because most people, when they look at EULA, they think, and I mean, rightfully so, because that's what other people in the past have done.
The moment you people have
they move, once they come, they get opportunity, they move. No, that's not what we're about. With the new administration under the leadership of our dynamic president, Mohamed Keita, MSG1, and our vice president, Emanuela Nangwe, and our able General Secretary, Mr. Bobby Brable, and the kind of team we have on our executive and the board. I mean, people are not thinking about appointments. We're thinking about how we can improve the standing of Liberia in the diaspora, in the homeland, how we can identify projects with government and execute. We are thinking about even establishing a diaspora office here in Liberia. And thank God, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs already has an office for diaspora affairs being headed by
Foreign Affairs.
At the Foreign Affairs, being headed by Mr. Boyman Blake, and he's a dynamic gentleman that you want to meet. I mean, he's just awesome. So I know we are going in the right direction. So what EULA wants, what the government wants, we just want to be able to align our ideas so that we can work together in partnership to be able to move this country to the next level. That's what we want.
Reverend, let's look at the next issue. I guess sometimes you go to bed and you dream about this. You are in the Americas. I will always reflect when I was on my way, coming back from Cairo.
Yeah.
I saw Liberians coming to vote. I saw some Liberians on the plane, on Air Mora,
Yes.
They were coming to vote. Instead of you paying your way to come, paying for plane ticket to come is cost intensive. Is it quite important that Liberians with this dual citizenship,
Yep.
being other places and just live there and vote? That's the vote.
That's why we're here. We came to, I said, the hub of the main point for our visit is for the out of country voting, because other countries are doing it, and South Africa, they've been doing it, and we can make the process easy. Now that we got a dual citizenship, Liberians should be able to vote wherever they are. People that work for the United States, outside of the United States, they get to vote. Servicemen, they get to vote. Embassy staff, they get to vote whatever country they are in. They don't have to travel. So that's why we came to speak with government. Let us ignite. We're not saying take the decision now, but let's ignite the conversation. Let's start the conversation. What are the modalities? How do we do these things? How is it even possible? And thank God that the speaker, Mr. Fonatikova, he raised some good points. The vice president raised some good points. I thought I had enough, but then when I got to the information ministry, Mr. Jeremy Pierre, he also came with some great ideas that kind of expanded my scope of thinking. So we have to now sit down together and have a conference. We're planning a diaspora conference so that we all will bring all the stakeholders together and let's sit at the table. Okay, we can do this, we can achieve this, because other countries are already doing it. So how do we go about? What are the mechanisms? What are the logistics that will go into it? There are so many.
Don't you think it will be some economic challenge for the government?
I would say no. In fact, it would be a plus for the government.
It would be a plus?
Yes.
How?
Oh, we got so many Liberians living out of this country. In America alone, which you have close to maybe 250,000.
You are aware for the conduct of our elections in Liberia?
We are
we go millions.
Yes.
And sometimes we get.
But that is why we all got to work together. You see, Liberia's elections are always dependent on foreign partners to fund our elections. If we come in with the out of country voting, let's assume we say we put a price tag on it to get your voter registration living in the diaspora. Let's say okay, we put a price tag of $200 for processing, or let's say $500, and you get your voter registration card. You know how many Liberians that qualify, eligible to vote 18 years and older, that want to vote? We can raise more than $40 million, $50, $60, $100 million just from voter registration in the diaspora. That money can be used to fund the elections here in Liberia. So it's a plus. It's not a minus. It's not something to be afraid of. And thank God all the officials of government we've met, I think they are thinking in the same direction.
You've spoken to almost most of the officials.
Yes, most of the officials. I think the only person we've not met yet is the Senate Pro Tem.
Have you met the president?
Not yet. We're working on that. Before we came, we've been working on that. We did not get any response. But the information minister, while we were with him, we put a call through. So we're working through that. It would be good if they can invite us to sit and we can talk. So
you are hopeful that you will meet the president?
We are hopeful we can meet him, and I pray that we can do that by Monday, because I get out on Tuesday.
Oh, you're going back Tuesday?
Yeah, but our team will still be here.
Okay, that's good. So, Reverend Sirleaf, a lot of good things have been said by you. I see the vision in your face. I see the love of Liberia in your face. So, and that's why you're back here paying. Several US dollars.
We can't forget Mama Liberia.
So that's good. That's good of you. And let's assume that this your argument on the dual citizenship or on the right
out of country vote.
Out of country vote.
Yes.
Because this should be a policy.
Yes.
To the legislature.
Yes.
Are you crafting an idea to have the signatures of those in the diaspora?
Or to petition the legislature?
Of course. Because you need to petition the legislature, where you come and petition the legislature and the legislature responds to you. Once they respond, then you have a very good standing. Because we have 6 years in this government.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And we're looking towards 2029. You see, there's so many methods for doing things, processes. We decided our strategy was, let's go first and make in-person contact. Let's enact the conversation. Let the conversation get started.
Okay.
And then while we're talking about these things, we can now discuss the mechanisms on how we go about it. Do we let? It's an easy thing. Listen, EULA sits above all other organizations in the U.S. Now we got Europe, we got Africa, we got Asia, we got everybody, coming. They affiliating, associating with EULA. So we are controlling these things. And I just did a simple math, right? And this will shock you. Let's assume we got up to 300,000 eligible Liberian voters in the diaspora. Not only America, we're talking about America, Europe, Africa, Ghana, other places, Asia, right?
Sure.
Let's assume we have up to 300,000, just 300,000 Liberians. And we decide, okay, in the diaspora, to register for your voting card, to vote, is $200. You know how much we can raise from that? That's 60 million. So the money is not the issue.
The amount is
it's not the issue.
It's not the issue. But what happens is sometimes when these amounts are being raised, controversies come over them.
No, those are the safeguards that we will put in place. You see, for me, I'm a reverend, but I'm a sustainable development person. Okay, I'm into sustainable development. I did couple studies here and there. Being a reverend, definitely I started with theology. So I got degrees in theology, psychology. Then I moved over to electrical. I have degree in electrical technology. Then I got degrees in operations management. And I'm currently working on my master's in sustainable development, right? So as a sustainable development person, one of the things we study when it comes to handling projects, project management, project execution is risk analysis. There will be risk. We have to consider the risk analysis.
You got to know the SWOT.
You do your SWOT analysis. It's part of the risk analysis process. You do your SWOT analysis, and we can identify the flaws, the insecurities in the system, and then we do risk mitigation. How do we fix the flaws in the system? Because like the information minister rightly, brought up, just getting ballot paper from here to other counties is a problem. Yeah, but
especially in the Southeast.
In the Southeast, road condition and all of that, we don't have the infrastructure. But that's why we have to start thinking proactively how we can engage our system and make it more transparent, make it more secure, make it more accessible. We got to do those things. So once we do your risk analysis, you do your risk mitigation, you can get something done. We can work the system. I mean, the system is built by people. We can do what we want, and we can have a safe, secure, accessible election. I mean, it's easy. And the funding, we can raise that funding. I'm just talking about
60 million.
That's just for 300. That's just 300,000 people paying $200.
And you have more than that.
We got more than that, and we can even if we raise the stake to $400, that's 60 times 2. That's 120 million. So the money is not the issue. We can raise the money. It's just let's start the conversation. The remittances. That's why the out of country voting is. The Bible says. Let me put on my reverend cap. It says,
unfortunately, I don't see the cap on your head.
Where your treasure is, there your heart will be. Okay, remittances of Liberians in the diaspora to this economy. We keep the economy afloat.
Oh, okay.
If Liberians in the diaspora decide for 1 month, nobody send money, you will sweat here. So we are remitting hundreds of millions. No. I'm just saying that's why we need a skin in the game. We need a skin in the game. Okay, so we need to be part of the political process, and it will benefit everybody. It's not something to be afraid of. It will benefit everybody, the politicians and everybody.
Thank you, Reverend, and be aware that you have been watched across the world on our social media platform. It's all across the world. On the Liberian National Television, that's the LNTV Liberia Live page, and that's a social media page.
Sure.
And everybody is watching you. These are policy statements I'm making here today on behalf of EULA. Thank God you are a reverend and you are from the Media Affairs Department. So at this point in time, we will take calls to interact with the public because we have the next program coming up at 5. So wherever you are, Liberians, whoever that resides in the borders of our country, you've heard a lot from Reverend S.T. Salif from the United States of America. He's representing the Union of Liberian Association in the Americas. Of course, he's my guest this afternoon on the Bumper Show. You can put in your calls on 0772 876481. 0772876481 or 0886 324 0886 324 You can call and be a part of the conversation this afternoon. Okay, let's take our very first caller. Good afternoon, caller.
Hello.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm great. I'm fine. You? I'm calling from Matabi, Turning Point. I just applaud the Reverend and the studio there. You know, just as they said, the people from the diaspora are doing great in Liberia. So, it means in any situation, anything that is going on in the country, they're supposed to be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So as the Reverend is saying, people say we exclude the diaspora in anything, because we are benefiting a lot from them. They are giving high contribution towards the country. So why? So we don't able to be participate in any organization or any things happening in the country. So we thank Reverend, we pray that the organization that you're about to form here should be genuine and God will be with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Commendation to Eula. And good afternoon. Good afternoon. 0772876481. 0772876481. This person is off the line. Let me take it from here. How you doing, caller? What's your name?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Are you fine, you?
I'm okay. Just 5 seconds. We don't have time.
Okay, I'm calling from Banastre County.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just want to tell the Reverend thank you for whatsoever they say. I follow him. I believe in what he is saying. I pray that God help them to develop our country.
Thank you. Thank you from Banga. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, quickly, we have 3 seconds for you. Just go to the point.
Yeah, this is Prince Bella calling from Kuala Lumpur. I try to comment running the studio. I appreciate you so much for what you put forth. I pray that whatever you are pushing, and we need to continue to be open, and we need to involve our diaspora to come in the country to develop, to build this country together. So I appreciate so much. I pray that whatever you are discussing, God will give you the way to go through. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We take 2 or 3 more persons. Reverend is getting a lot of commendations. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Please go ahead. 2 seconds.
Hello.
Hello. 3 seconds. We don't have time. Oh, you gone? 07728764810 0886 324 Oh, this person is off. 0886 324 let's hear from you this afternoon, Reverend S.T. Salif is here from Eula, of course, and it's good that you interact with him. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, just 3 seconds, please. We don't have time.
Okay, my name is Francis from Lepo Chief in Community Locator. Yeah, Reverend, thank you for your thought, and I hope that God will carry your organization through. Because what you're saying about this country, it is true. Many people out there won't come and invest in the country, but due to some things that I want to look at it. So Reverend, continue to advocate it, let God carry you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Prayers for Eula. Eula, You will succeed because the people are praying for you. Let me take two more persons. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon to your student, especially the Reverend Ambassador J.S. Winston Yompon, and I join for River County, which stands from Capital Commercial, Carleton City.
Fishtown, go ahead quickly, 2 or 3 minutes.
Thank you. I want to appreciate your studio guests, more especially when it comes to issue of Yola organization. You know, for me, I'm a beneficiary anyway when it comes to the dual this shit because I have all my aunt in the US. You know, they are there. You have a city world. They have a budget. You know, in my teacher, you have a spinner. I'm very large. And they do a good one because they will come down to Liberia and they will take part in Liberia and also be able to the let's say also take part of good for us. So for me, I feel 100% appreciate it that you will see this afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Mr. Yompon.
I take the last person. The Reverend will just conclude quickly. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Please go ahead. You have 2 seconds.
I'm not sure I can go from Grand Cape County. I will first commend the Reverend for that fine idea, and we pray that we meet the president will accept. Thank you.
Thank you. I think this person has been on the line.
Yes, take that call.
So, hello. Oh, this person is gone. So, Reverend,
the line is hot.
Yeah, the line is hot, but we don't have time because
I know. No, but the good thing is, I think the arrangement, and unfortunately, the team lead. I'm not the lead of the team for this trip. Is Mr. Stephen Binder, who is the head of the Internal Affairs, committee. He's the team lead for this trip to Liberia, but unfortunately, he had other things going that he couldn't be here. But I think we have an arrangement to be here again on Monday. So Monday we can start the show on time, and then we can get it going, so we get more in. Also, we want to bring again, as I said before, greetings from our dynamic president, Mr. Mohammed MSG Keita. The current president of ULA, his vice president, Emanuela Namwe, they're doing a very great job. And of course, our general secretary, Mr. Bobby Brapley, and all the executives and the board members of ULA. We want to partner with the government and people of Liberia so we can lead Liberia towards sustainable development. I think out-of-country voting will be a plus in that direction, and I think it's something we can all get behind. Everybody we've met so far, I think they're also thinking in the same direction, and it's something that will take Liberia to another level.
Thank you, Reverend.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. This is Reverend S.T. Saliv, Assistant General Secretary for Media Affairs, Union of Liberian Associations in the Americas, ULA. Of course, he's been my guest on the Bumper Show this afternoon. Thanks to Damawa Fufana, who has been carrying us live on the social media across the world. On behalf of the team here, my name is Melvin Stewart.